Yes, good evening, everyone. This is Q, and I'm going to be taking you guys through today's overall market breakdown, mostly looking over gold. Uh, we'll see. I could maybe probably choose one other pair just to give some kind of like hindsight as to what should be looked at in regards to the next coming week. So for gold, for those of you guys that attended the TBS Saturday class, kind of like went over the whole price, and I was also kind of like giving insights as to how you guys can be positioned to get some trades in case you're planning to trade gold. Mind you, the very same I was trying to give those insights is kind of like what you could maybe lean on when you want to try to take trades on other pairs. The system is literally the same. Most of these things I always keep on sharing. We've always shared down here. So for gold right now, starting off, I maybe would like to go over the monthly time frame. This is something we exactly did yesterday, that being a Saturday for the Saturday live, for the Saturday online session. So for gold, I made mention that we still have this high around here. The price has broken beautifully to the upside. I just want to make each and everything as simple as it can be. So to look at where price is going to be going to, we had two areas. The very first area was this, because this was our significant, last significant high. Okay, so kind of wanted to use a fib to get to see where we could project price to be heading into. And then this one down here was our most recent clear low. So when you try to look at price out here, this is entirely clear like on the monthly time frame, meaning these levels are highly respected the smaller time frames. Same all the way from the weekly, daily, 4 hourly, all the way to H1, where you probably want to be taking entries. When you look at this price as we are around here, you're gonna get your fib and run it from the most recent high, the most recent clear high. Obviously, we have a lot of highs. This is a high, this is also a high, but the most recent clear high. This high was rejected here. This was like 2020. First rejected again in 2022. Rejected again in 2023. Then 2023 the second time. Then this year price has broken above, and we are just 4 months in. So you come to the most recent high, which is the most recent clear high. You drop your fib all the way down to the most recent clear low, which is down here. Then out here we're able to expect price to land into this area. Okay, or 1.618. Okay, so once that area has been determined, then I might go ahead and remove the fib, so I still have this area around here. So what you're clearly seeing in basic or normal ways of looking at price, like I said, you don't really have to make these things hard. You try to do it as simple as it can be. So when you're looking at this, the price has been respecting this area to the upside, comes back down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, then eventually breaks this area. This being our key price point for resistance, price comes and breaks it to the upside. We expect price to come back and give respect to this area by creating what we call a higher low or some sort of like a retest. So once it retests, then here we might be looking at taking buys all the way to the upside to have a target in here. If it breaks this area and continues to the upside, this will be our next retest point for something like this. Okay, then we continue. But if it doesn't and price just lands into this high, then we'll most likely be selling all the way back to the downside. I hope that is clear. So when you look at this, we've seen price clearly broke this high, push all the way to the upside. But where is it expected to land into? We could have probabilities as well. We expect it to maybe land into. We have a most recent clear high, most recent clear low. So you drop a fib from the most recent clear high to the most recent clear low. Then our extension area is within this area. So people who are buying this market as was going to the upside, these will be areas that you'd expect to maybe take your profits from. With an anticipation that price may come into this area, then reject all the way to the downside to make a retest, probably go back to the upside and maybe sell or break and continue to the upside. So what you're trying to look at right now is we're really cautious of this price point. We don't really want to panic by buying, expecting price to continue the way to the moon or whatever. we have a consideration that this could be an area where price might stall from and start reversing because we have an area to retest. Or if it continues further to the upside, this having been our 1.618 area, in most cases, if this could be an area where price could retrace to, then it continues to the upside. But that can clearly be seen on smaller time frames because these candlesticks that you're seeing on a higher time frame really carry a lot of volume. So you'd have to go back down to a smaller time frame to be positioned to identify your clear entries. So looking at that, clear as it is. So then I may go all the way back down to maybe the weekly time frame to kind of like see what price is trying to show me. Out here, there isn't any significant wicks. As you could see, we've been pushing all the way to the upside. You know, I might as well go to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, there isn't really much there as well. But right now, I could start making sense of that chart and try to negate the fact that I've been trying to look at this area on the higher time frame. They're still really important, but now as you go down, you're trying to kind of like look for entries where you can be positioned to take your trade. Then I might go to 4 hourly. So if I go to the 4 hour time frame, this is what I'm really seeing on my 4 hour time frame. So I could even try to zoom out, get to draw all these zones as clear as they look to have a much better perspective from a realistically closer point of view. Because when you're in a higher time frame, you're really expecting price to reach some of those areas or react after a very long period of time. But when on a smaller time frame, things can happen within a day, things can happen within a couple of hours. Sometimes if you're a person that's really scalping, they could literally happen within minutes. So after having drawn all these zones clearly, I may go ahead and remove this big zone, but remembering that this is our 1.618 fib retracement area, so I have to keep an eye on it. As price is proceeding to the upside, if it chooses to come back and retest right here, to be a very good buy to expect price to land into this area. So this is one of the trades that you can actually get to have. So this trade will be having about close to 500 pips. If price just opens tomorrow, maybe because of volume and just because you're the upside, you don't really have to chase it because you weren't in this buy from the retest point. The perfect area for you to have bought this market was all the way back down into this area where price retested. Like it broke this key level, pushed up, came back to retest, then gave back another retest, then eventually pushed to the upside. Like the trades could have been practically easy if you're really looking at taking them in that triggered. I know there's a couple of people that are not seeing me trying to talk about the weekly, wicks. This market has been super bullish. It's not a ranging market. Most of the times, the wicks can like help you when the market is like ranging. So having seen that, I might as well go back down to the H1 time frame to clearly see price again. So H1 now things are sounding to be more and more and more visibly clear. I could even choose to draw a couple of other zones, trend lines to kind of like help me understand price the more. Not necessarily be at the point where I'm taking that trades. So you see you have that. You have an area like around, let's say here, where a person is picking this trade at the upside. I could clone it, take it all to the upside again, have something like this. So all this is kind of like showing me areas where I could have possibly entered, in that if it ever gets to happen again, I could have chance to take such trades. See, as price continues to go to the upside, it breaks a key area, it comes back and retests, pushes up, breaks a key area, comes back and retests like that. So there's been so many ways you guys could have been in position to take trades ever since this market started pushing away from the downside. You really have to be quick at trying to kind of like follow price. You really have to be quick. You really have to act fast whenever price changes because the market is entirely dynamic. Things is doing today will not necessarily be the things it's going to be doing tomorrow. So you really have to have your head in the game, really. So I have this area. I'll go ahead and clone it again. As I clone it, I take it to the upside, somewhere like around there. So in this case, we could see that price might have reached this trend line. All areas are really important. Might have reached this trend line and could potentially go back inside, or it has broken it and going to proceed to the upside. So here's where the tricky part is. Now, on smaller time frame, price is showing you that there's still some area for candles to fill up, where someone can potentially maybe get to take a trade and have some decent money. And the number of pips to the upside, you have about 192. Something close to 200 pips, it could be really good, but you really have to be cautious of whatever you're trying to do. You could be as patient as you can think of, because eventually these setups are going to come your way. And if you've been patient, you still have money to risk and make more money. If you've been impatient, that means you literally spent all your money on the bad trades. Now that the good trades come, you really have enough capital to be in position to trade. So this would really be gold, you know, an anticipation of price pushing other to the upside into this area to cover it up, or price first coming back inside a little to retest this zone clearly, then proceed to the upside to this area where we could maybe get to see it eventually drop. This being a 1.618 extension Fibonacci extension area. So guys, that being said, uh, that is the overall breakdown for today's session. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys like accept that information, and I hope it gets to help you out through the next week. Yeah. So that being said, you guys have a great time. Bye bye.